Hey there, we're with the Brunch Bros, and it's time to set out the plates. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so Spoon, we've both seen um, the the Netflix Castlevania series, the
Yes.
season 3.
Season
Amazing,
3.
right?
The best season so far. Best season.
Yeah.
And it's not just because of the porn. I'll tell you that.
I would say the porn definitely helped.
It's only in like the last
It still helped.
I mean,
I don't think you're understanding the importance. It wasn't
I mean,
full on, but it was enough.
I mean, it was pretty good. It was like nice, sensual, with a combination of action, which is, it was really much of a juxtaposition. But I liked it.
Oh, look! Can we please just appreciate the fact that Alucard's getting tag teamed by these two people, Trevor and Sypha are fighting for their lives. I feel like that's glossed over a lot because Trevor and Sypha are trying to stop the gates of hell from opening, and then Alucard is over there in the corner just jacking off.
He's just getting ahead while his only friends in his whole life are fighting the war. Is that the biggest, strongest demon they've faced other than Dracula?
Wait, no, that one in the Belmont household, the Golem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a pretty tough demon that they fought.
It killed it pretty easily.
Also, you know what was great? You know all the demons that were at the priory that Trevor and Sypha were fighting?
Yes.
All of those were common enemies spawned throughout the game.
Wow. So
Yeah.
we're at that point in the level scaling? That sucks.
Yeah, those are fairly common enemies. You know that weird Cthulhu thing that shot out that gravity field?
Yeah, that was rainbow hair.
Yeah, he's a common enemy in the games. I think in one in specific, Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow, there's a scene where you see another one of the characters fighting and killing one to absorb its powers.
It's not even a mini boss.
No, just oh look, this guy. Swipe, 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 dead.
Because that took a lot of effort on Trevor's part to kill it, though.
Yeah.
Well, it just goes to show the different power scaling, because even Alucard isn't as strong as he was in the game.
Yeah.
They kind of Supermaned him, you know? Which I like, personally, because Trevor's the main character, and the main character isn't, the absolute
Yeah, because
strongest.
if Alucard was as strong as he was in the games, let's just say he'd be carrying Trevor on one shoulder, Sypha on the next, while he's just dispatching through all the enemies. Hey, do you guys need any juice? While he's beating Dracula to death. You guys hungry? And while he's decapitating monsters left and right.
But eventually, Syphis is going to be the strongest, so I don't know how they're going to juggle that one. Because she uses magic, and you saw it throughout the season. She was she was just having fun, blissful ease, and it was for him, it was for Trevor, back-breaking labor just to kill one thing.
Okay, but here's the thing. You know when he pulled out the second whip?
Yeah?
Okay, that means that at the very throughout all the other fights, that means he's been using the most basic, least damaging whip throughout the entire series.
Wait, that's the least, the chain one is the least damaging?
No, he has two whips, the Mornstar and the Vampire Killer. He hasn't been using the most powerful one, so that when he pulled out both of them, that basically just means he's been holding back throughout the entire series. Because at any point he could have just pulled out both whips and went ham.
He uses the fire one though, so you're saying that's weaker than a regular whip?
Wait, I might be wrong about this. Because I remember. Wait, let me just Google it. Vampire Killer Castlevania. Here we go. Okay, from what I've seen so far, It looks like there are different depictions because one of them is the chain ones, like other ones are showing like the. Oh, apparently in Japan, Vampire Killer was the original name for the Castlevania series.
Glad they made a Castlevania. Find anything else?
Okay, so most of them are showing. It's split.
Split?
Okay.
Like they're equal in power?
No, it's like I can't disdain which one is because look for the wiki it shows like a picture of like the chain one and like the leather one. Okay, who would win? 1,000-year-old sorcerer with death as his servant, or some weird chain rope?
Weird. I'm gonna go with the chain rope because that's fire.
Yeah.
The whip just seems to be a just really durable long whip.
Yeah.
The Morning Star, I mean.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know if you noticed, but that last episode, they used a considerable amount of CGI.
Yeah, they did it very well.
Yeah. Like, I didn't really realize it upon, well, because, you know, once you did the, I'm sure if they're listening, spoilers, but...
Okay, they've been listening long enough. They've been listening for like a whole like 6 minutes. I think they're pretty sure that we're gonna go.
I mean, but like, you know, you're watching a video, you're like, oh, you know, they're just gonna talk about this, and like, if they don't warn it, sometimes, you know, you don't realize. So yeah, spoiler for this next scene here, but at the very end of the season, Trevor is fighting this is basically in the game a normal mob, but in the show it's like really hard, and he pulls out this both whips, but he like charges the Morning Star, so it becomes a giant column of swirling fire, if you will. And
Okay, wait. Are you talking about like the glowy monster?
Yeah.
Okay, I think that one was like an original from like the TV show because I can't remember it anywhere from the games. I might be wrong about that, but go ahead.
I digress. But they used a lot of CGI in that one scene, and it just, I don't know, it looks so good. I had to rewatch it before I realized it was actually CG. Which is nice touch. You know, that, I don't know about you, Fork, I don't know about you, but I think this was probably...
Yeah, Spoon, that was a very nice save.
Was it?
Yeah, zebra. Should have just done that.
What it sounds like. Jeez. Anyway, Fork, I don't know if you noticed, but this is probably one of the worst animated seasons out of the three.
I think it's because they had like a new director for the animation, but I wouldn't say it's like the worst. It was actually pretty good, especially the fight scenes.
I never said it was bad. I just said it was the worst out of the three. That doesn't make it bad.
They like dumped all of, like their budget for animation on that last fight scene because that last fight scene was.
I think they used they used the bulk of it on Cyphus because every scene of Cyphus was just like a movie, and for that last bit, yeah, I think that's what it was. I remember. What do you think has the best animation out of all the three? Season 1? I think it's season 1.
It's kind of hard. I can't pick one. I feel like they did try making it like as good as it could for the first season, because that first season is always the one that they try to like look, this is amazing. Look at it. You might not know what Castlevania is, but this series is amazing, and we're gonna shove this series' dick down your throat. So.
Whenever they season 1, the first thing I always think of the fight between Alucard and Trevor, which is just best fight to me. It's one of the best fights. It's not even a fight to the death. They just spar. What do you think?
It is a pretty good fight, not gonna lie.
Yeah. But, so, fuck, you got any ideas for season 4?
Okay, for season 4, I'm not even sure what they're gonna go for. They might just like... Okay, in season 4, I really think that Isaac is going to have made it to the castle by then.
Yeah. But oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, and I think this is going to be Hector's chance to get revenge. I feel like Hector's going to like team up with Isaac at least to defeat the vampire sisters before they start fighting.
Mm. Do you think Isaac's gonna win that fight?
Okay.
Because he's bringing an army.
Yeah, because he just like what like doubled or tripled his entire army from that.
I'd say more like quintuple because that was
He
a
like
city.
he made like a ginormous army, and he made sure that all the monsters, he made sure that all the night crawlers underneath his control were made sure like make sure all the limbs are intact. Only kill them. Do not dismember or eat any of them.
It has to be intact, the limbs.
I feel like because I'm not very sure about all the rules for being a forge master, so I think like the best results are with an able body.
Probably.
Also, can we please appreciate how Isaac is one of the coolest characters in the entire series? Because I mean, in season 2, he killed like the Viking vampire with like his bare fist.
That's why he just got mad. Like he had no motive. He didn't even. I'm pretty sure he was just like, "Oh, so you don't like our Lord and Savior Dracula, huh? I don't really like that. What you gonna do about it? I'm gonna kill you."
Also, you know what I really like? Like that one scene where he's like, "The reason that I wiped you all out is because you're all so fucking rude." Like, I remember, like I was in my seat and I had like a little, just like yes.
Yeah, I think about it. He's actually pretty like chill dude if you're not a douche.
Yeah, but I do understand where those people are coming from. Because think about it, Wallachia has been like getting decimated by like hordes of night creatures, and this dude just comes up on a ship with like a whole like squad of them. Like, your main focus is just like he can, if he's like commanding these things, then he can just do what happened in Wallachia to here. Like, of course they're gonna like freak out.
Definitely. But when you realize your first battalion was slaughtered with ease and then became those monsters, thus strengthening his force, I would just let him pass. Personally.
Okay, I feel like after the first battalion, he wouldn't have just like stopped. He would have like, he's after the first battalion, like the second that they denied him, like after the second or like third try to like get in and they denied him, he's gonna kill everybody there no matter what. It doesn't matter.
Before he leaves that, remember he met the old black guy?
Yeah.
Know, and the black guy was like, "Hey man, maybe you should just teach them to be nice since you want to change the world." And like he wasn't gonna do anything, and he actually made an effort to like not hurt anyone. So they threatened him and told him to turn around. I don't know, to swim, I guess. Like, because they wanted to turn around on a dock. Literally nowhere to go but ocean. Ship gone.
Also, I like how like the first thing the captain did. I feel like the captain knew. He's like, "Okay, crew, shit's about to go down. Hurry it up."
Get the fuck out of here.
Cause like they like wasted no time. Like the second like he stepped foot off, they just like went, "Whoop, bye."
Well, yeah, because they knew once like the prison guard caught word that he's working with them. He made the right decision.
Yeah, he's not stupid.
Probably,
I really do like the captain though, because he always has like the way he talks is just like he's controlling the conversation. You're gonna think what he wants. We're gonna talk about what he wants at the time that he wants it.
yeah, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, his words.
He's like, he reminds me of a wise uncle, you know? Tells you advice that you didn't ask for, but you used nonetheless.
It's sort of like that one character in movies where it's like he just like occasionally appears like when the main character is like having a shitty time and he's just like you have to and then he just like gives advice or whatnot, and the advice actually ends up helping.
He's Dick from the new Baywatch movie. Have you seen that? It's not new, but it's old. Remember with The Rock and how he was his name was also Dick?
I have not watched the
I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure what his name is, but you know how there was an original Baywatch?
Yeah.
Well, in the original Baywatch, let's just say his name was James. In the new movie adaptation, his name was also James, and James got fired, and he was like, "What are you doing?" case or something. It was a weird movie. But back to Castlevania. Yeah, I'd say the captain, definitely 10 out of 10. I wish we could probably see him in the next season, because he's literally the coolest character, aside from Isaac himself. Other than Isaac reaching the castle and getting, it's going to be probably one of the best fight scenes. And it's going to be, I'm going to assume episode 5. I'm calling it now. It's going to be episode 5 or 4 where he gets there. They have the all-out war. They're going to, like, obviously, the sisters, they're going to escape. And one of them's, I think the black one's going to die. The black vampire girl, I think she's going to die. I don't know, they got this feeling.
Okay, so I was right about the captain being an enemy in one of the games. I just searched it up. Abilities. Kills the player instantly upon contact. Levitation.
Jesus.
Type Poltergeist. Origins. Original Castlevania lore. Appearances in Rondo of Blood and the Dracula X Chronicles.
He's a ghost?
Yeah, Poltergeist.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
No one to defeat him, it's instant death.
Yep, apparently if he touches you, it's, he just, like, grabs your legs, pulls you down, and then, he goes to town.
What?
He destroys you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Oh. So was he a ghost in the show, or was he human?
I don't know. Maybe he'll turn into a ghost later. Maybe he'll die, and then, like, Isaac will be making, like, new night creatures, and then he's just gonna be like, hey, I recognize you somewhat. Yo, you're the captain from earlier, and like, yeah, whatnot.
I want the old man to die and be recreated as like a really cool, wise one.
Okay, can we talk about Fly Eyes? Like the one that could talk?
Yeah.
Okay, he was awesome, right?
Yeah, he was kind of creepy, but yeah.
I really liked like the last thing he said. Thank you, Master, for giving me a new shot at life. Like, I legitimately thought he was going to like attack Isaac while he said that.
Yeah, but then I realized that they have to be subservient, and then Isaac would like kill him instantly, so it wouldn't even matter.
Yeah,
but
probably.
He got pretty close. It's not because he's a monster. That's probably why it was creepy.
Yeah, they do a very good job at like being creepy when they want to, being funny when they want to.
Well, it's not hard when it's a fly.
Also, that one scene where like Trevor's like shoving a dude into a barrel and just like busting his legs up, and you can hear like crack like a bunch of times that he's like stuffing it in and like, yep.
Because his foot didn't fit, so he broke it. He looked at it, he was like, whatever.
He's just like, you could like hear the crack like so many times.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. That's so. And then that reminded me when you told me that I was trying to figure out why did they just kill off the Belmonts. And then remember Fork, you were like, well, it's because like if you see him in a regular fight, it's a wash. He just wins instantly, so they're afraid of that. That sucks. Him against any human, it's over instantly. You know.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I hope they fight. It's more interesting when it's humans that can fight, because when it's the monsters, like they have like powers.
They have like abilities like fire breathing.
Well,
Like
it's like Isaac killing a vampire lord or something. I don't know. It's just a lot more interesting.
Yeah, that was like super awesome. But legitimately, one thing that did piss me off about the fight, he killed one of the funniest characters of that season.
Yeah.
But he killed him off in an awesome way, so he gets a pass for that.
Yeah. I kind of forgot about him after he died, but you're right. It was cool. His design, not really into it. Viking gray skin. It was alright. I've noticed that Isaac in particular has zero positive relationships with white people or anybody that isn't black or Dracula himself. Have you noticed that?
Was that what color was that old woman? I like couldn't tell.
Old who?
The old woman, like the old blind woman who was like a magician.
She was white. Well, none of them are white. I'm pretty sure they're Spaniard, but she was white. But she was a wizard, and she was actually not a douche.
Yeah.
So, That's one example. Plus, she said that they were like one and the same or something like that, so that probably had something to do with it. But so far, I'm pretty sure this is the most Isaac has had like a positive relationship with people. It's literally only 3 people.
Yeah.
That all have to do with magic, apparently.
Also,
Even an old guy.
have you realized that all of them always says like they're able to tell whether or not he's a forge master because of his smell? I'm thinking that Isaac smells like
Sulfur, yeah.
yeah, like sulfur, like a chimney
Like
right after
that
it's been put out.
sensual sniff that they all take. Oh, it's my style. Like, yeah, things are comfortable.
Yeah.
You know?
Eh.
It's literally the same noise for all of them, I'm pretty sure. Just, in the presence of a forge master.
Then he probably smells like good or something.
I didn't know you could smell in education.
I really like that comment. Yeah, he has a lot of funny moments. Didn't know education had a scent. If education did have a scent, I feel like he would smell like lemons.
Lemon?
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like it smelled like something burned. Or dead.
Or just like sadness.
Oh yeah, also, hell, pretty boring. Not gonna lie to you.
No, you didn't think it was radical?
Unless they were using like the 9 levels of hell from that book that everybody loves.
Dante's
so much
Inferno.
Yeah, unless they're using that one, I could recognize some of the steps and layers, but it was kind of lame.
I do like
to see like monsters and fire and shit.
yeah. One thing that I do like, referencing the book of Dante's Inferno, I do like that like the deepest level of hell is like frozen over, and it's a place for like all the traitors and stuff like that. I do like that. I think that's cool because you know the term like once hell freezes over, and it's like, yeah, technically a part of it is already frozen over. So give me my money, Chuck, before I beat you.
Is it frozen or are they just stuck?
I think it's frozen, like ice and stuff.
Because I know one of the really, really bad demons is frozen halfway, so he can't move, but he can still, like, he's still conscious. Who's that? I forget who that is.
So do I. That sounds like it would suck, actually. Just like being conscious but not being able to do anything.
Yeah, it's hell. That's the point.
Angelo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure just like looks over, a single tear like rolls down his like rocky cheek.
No, but I mean, do you think we've been talking about Isaac almost exclusively? He's probably the MVP of this whole season, not gonna lie.
Without a doubt.
Do you think he's gonna win when he fights the Empire?
Yeah.
You know, the sisters?
Yeah.
Really?
I feel like he's gonna teach those Karens a lesson.
I don't think he's gonna win, man.
I believe in Isaac. I feel like with the army he's amassed, and like Isaac's like skill in combat and all that, and I feel like without a doubt, Isaac is a better forge master than Hector.
Yeah.
Okay, if he like goes up and like fights all 4 of them at once, maybe he'll lose. But I feel like Isaac's a lot smarter than that, so it's probably gonna be like 500 to 4, or like 1,000 to 4. It's gonna be like insane odds.
Well, then the question becomes, what's his point when he goes there? Is he only gonna get revenge on Hector, or is he gonna?
He's gonna get revenge on all of them because they all like that Carmilla like betrayed Dracula, so he's gonna like destroy everything that she holds dear.
Oh, I don't know. That was his plan.
I feel like that's his plan. I may be wrong about that, but he's like the kind of guy like he's the kind of guy like even if he knows Dracula is dead, but he's still gonna like carry out his wishes. Like he even said to the captain that he was like prepared to die because he was part of the problem because he was like a human as well.
I don't think he's gonna win. I don't think. Here's what I think is gonna happen. I think he's gonna get there. He's gonna roll up with you. He's gonna give like a random speech, even though they're monsters and it doesn't matter. He's just gonna be like, "Judge, give me Hector intact and alive, and he's gonna like probably ransack the entire thing, destroy everything. But I think all the sisters are gonna escape, and I think Hector's gonna escape. They're
No.
gonna make it look like it was a close call, but they're definitely gonna get off.
Okay.
And
I don't think that all the
yeah,
sisters will survive that scenario, though.
I'm telling you, not every sister will survive though.
Okay.
At least one of them.
I think the one that, like, tricked Hector is gonna survive. And then, like, Hector's gonna try and get revenge while they're, like, trying to escape.
Oh no, she's definitely gonna survive. Oh yeah, 10 out of 10. She's the best looking one too.
Yeah, I don't like the designs of the rest of them. They just, like, they look ugly. That's my personal opinion, though. All you people out there who got fumed at that comment I made about finding the other three sisters ugly.
I mean, one of them's literally just a dude.
Yeah.
Like,
She's like
literally just a man with titties.
she's like a whole brick.
I mean, I don't know about you, but what's her name, Carmilla?
I don't like her.
I like her.
No.
I like her. She's fun. Okay, first off, the sisters.
I like how they all talk shit about each other behind their backs, like, nonstop.
What if they do?
I like the fact that they do that. It's funny to me.
They're women. Yeah,
And to all the women who just got offended by that, calm down.
No, they have really good chemistry on screen, all of them, and they talk and act like how actual women. You know how like in some shows they kind of just exist, like they're just characters, and they're not no one in real life actually acts like they act like real females, which I just like little touches like that. It's hard to do that with dialogue and actions, you know. It makes a lot of the characters feel fleshed out, not just them. Which is a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
Especially, but, you know. And, Carmel, I liked her. She's not the best looking, but when she first was on screen in, like, Harkin's Court, instant boner.
Don't agree with you.
The way she acted, literally, the way she acted, instant, just like, everything on screen, it was great. It's fucking great. Not the same vibe now. She's kind of like their mom.
She's more like an annoying older sister than anything.
I wouldn't say annoying. I would say she's big sister. They don't find her. I don't think. Do you think she's annoying?
I don't like her.
Why?
Just don't like her.
I like her. She's funny. And she's just nice to have on screen. She's interesting. Especially her dialogue is, she's probably my favorite one out of the four. I mean, her and the ginger are the favorites. I don't really like the other two. They're kind of lame. But maybe they'll get fleshed out in season 4. All right, well, let's talk about the other things, the other problems at hand. Alucard is insane.
He's like sad and lonely.
Sad and lonely, and put 2 kids on a spike, and also talks to himself after making puppets of his only friends.
Okay, I legitimately laughed when I saw it, because, like, he made, like, little puppets he was talking to them, right? Like, I thought
that was a joke. I thought it was creepy, though. I didn't like it. I like what he said, though. I think I'm like the smartest I know ever. That's pretty cool. But as soon as he, like, panned back to him, and he was like, I'm going insane. I was like, yes.
that's kind of sad.
Yeah, it sucks that he has to be in charge of, like, the Belmont hold and his dead dad that he killed house.
Oh, like, he had, like, such an amazing, like, final sentence, like, it worked great for dear old dead dad. I actually really like that.
He didn't say dead dad, he's a dear old dad. Is this what mother would have wanted? It worked good for dear old dad. I don't know, I just wanted someone to love him. I wanted to find a love interest and just be happy, because he's literally done nothing wrong.
And he's I don't think they'll give him a love interest. I feel like they might give him, like, momentary flings, but I don't think he'll ever be, like, married.
Just somebody just something to keep him company, because the only two people, first off, tried to hunt him, and then he helped them, then they tried to kill him again.
Okay, they didn't try to hunt him. They like tried to draw his attention, and just in case like Alucard would just like snap her neck or something, they were like ready. Like the thing, it was like so sudden. Like one moment they're like, "Hey, how do we fix the castle? We're friends. Hey, also, how do we move the castle? Can we do magic now?
I don't know,
We're
it's
friends."
broken.
Like,
I think, wasn't it like, how many, was it like 2 days?
apparently it was like around like months. Apparently because of the
Months?
yeah, because apparently Carmilla said like they had been going at it for like months or weeks or something. I think that's the.
Weeks, I don't know about months, dude. Because
I think it was
Trevor
months.
and Belmont were there for months, and then
Also,
he's there.
I think the best way to count the time was like, you know that like one dude from like the Priory. He said like each day one of us like disappears to like go for it, and like as you can tell like in each scene where the Priory is like there are less and less people. Like there's like this one scene where the dude is like cowering in like fear, and I think he's like the last one to go, and he's like freaking out about it. I think that's like the best way to tell because there are like less and less people.
Alright, well, based on that, did they die from the cult, or did they die from the
I feel like
governor? What's his name?
the Visitor.
No, the old man who kills kids.
I don't think he did it. I don't think, because most of the time, because I feel like the only elderly person that he like murdered was like the leader of the psychopaths.
No, there was a whole. You can
Yeah.
see there was a whole adult skeleton in it, and people don't just turn to dust in 2 seconds. So he killed at least one other person. He was probably the funniest character whole season.
What the fuck is toilet paper? Something that does annoy me about the show is that
Why do you get so offended?
something that did annoy me about the show is outside of our main cast, everybody else is garbage. Cause like the judge, he was like a good character until we found out, he's been murdering children and taking their shoes.
I mean, but like, what do you mean by garbage?
Cause like, apart from the main cast of like Trevor, Sypha, and like Alucard, like the people that we know are supposed to be good. What other people have been like actually good people?
Old man Portal Master.
He did kind of.
He didn't do anything wrong. He was just a scholar because he wanted to find that woman. Or man with long hair, perhaps.
It's a woman.
I think it's a man with long hair.
You're wrong.
Do you know who that person is?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna tell you because it's probably. If my intuition is right and my knowledge from the games is correct, then yes, I know who it is, but I'm not gonna tell you because it could be a massive spoiler and could ruin a whole season for you.
Really?
Yeah.
A whole season. So that person, that mystery woman, is that important?
Yeah. At least if I'm correct about my knowledge.
So is he dead now, or is he like her, like she's black?
The woman?
No, the man. Remember he jumped in?
Oh, Saint Germain?
Yeah.
I don't think he's dead. I think he's just like hanging out with her now.
Old man Portal Master. So like, do they eat in that world? Because she doesn't even look human.
I think it's just because her figure is like shadowed off and everything is like glitching. Because I think the only reason we were able to like clearly see Saint Germain is because he was like so close to the rift.
Okay. So, that all the other worlds, was one of them Earth, do you think?
I think
There was an African guy that kind of looked at him, and I think that might have been Earth, just in Africa.
no. I think it's like different like areas from the game. Different areas from the games, like different characters, because
So that African guy is like an actual character?
he might be. Because I'm not sure. I may be wrong about this. Maybe you're right. Who knows?
And what about that Ad Walker thing?
I think that's also an enemy from the games.
Ew. What realm is that?
I mean, the Castlevania games are like spread throughout like major amounts of times. There's like even a Castlevania game in like World War One. There's like a Castlevania game in like 2040. Like,
I interesting.
Yeah,
Oh, they were in a completely different series than like World War One.
I think it was like all of them are still in Dracula's castle. I think there's only like one, and that was like with the original Belmont, Leon Belmont.
Belmont, fucking Belmont.
Leon Belmont. So
Alrighty, so
there are like a few Castlevania games where they don't focus on like the Belmonts as the main characters.
ew, I don't
No,
like that idea.
no. There are like two of them which are good, like Castlevania Aria of Sorrow and Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. I may be biased because the main character is like one of my favorite characters to ever come out of the Castlevania series, Soma Cruz. Adore him.
Well, as a man who's never played the games, that means nothing.
I really think that eventually they'll switch the narrative from Trevor and Sypha down to like Simon Belmont and so forth throughout all the games.
Simon.
Yeah.
I don't like that they all have like regular ass names like Doug.
I mean,
Wasn't there a guy named Doug this season?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure there was a nigga named Doug, and I was like, that's when it hit me. Simon, Trevor.
They all
You
have
have, like,
pretty
unless
common
you're a
names.
vampire, you have a regular name, Isaac, like Hector, dude. They can be like cool and like medieval.
Soma. That's a pretty cool name.
Cypress Elzados is the only. I don't think I said that right.
I think Alucard has like the best actual name.
What's his actual name?
I can't tell you that because that might also be an important spoiler.
Why would that be a spoiler if it's just his name?
Symbolic importance.
Isn't he like Antichrist or some shit?
No, Anti-Dracula.
I mean, I don't really understand how that really works.
Because his dad's all about like evil and stuff, and just like
Not really. At least not. That's not what the show had you to believe.
yeah, that's what the show had you to believe. You know what? In the games, I really like the reason why, like, in each game, the layout for the castle is different. Their explanation was just like, Dracula is a psychopath, though he's constantly remodeling his entire house.
Oh god. He seems normal. Is he like ticked in the games, or is he like how he is?
In the games, he's just like, villain.
He seemed. I mean, he's not a good person. I mean, his wife got murdered, and his idea was to enslave the entirety of the human race.
Yeah, his second
So I don't
wife
know if
got
he's,
murdered. That sucks, man.
I mean, but like, you don't kill an entire species. You know, that was his plan, like genocide for all of them. You know, I don't think that's the best coping mechanism, personally.
Yeah.
But
Well, that's where our opinions differ. You know what he should have done? Should have just gone into space, charged up his attack, and just like, boom, wiped everybody out. No survivors.
he can do that.
Maybe. Who knows? He's Dracula. He's awesome.
I mean, I don't know about space. Yeah, no, the show would have you believe that he's just a regular ass vampire.
No, he's a lot better than the other vampires.
I mean, yeah, totally. But like in the show, all it took was 3 people to kill him.
After they flooded his house with holy water, so you know.
Oh yeah, I need to rewatch. There are key things that I'm forgetting here. But yeah, still, it only took 3 people. Not an army. They didn't use any particular kind of weapon. They just kind of went up there like, you die now. What? And fucking raped them.
I feel like they would have been screwed if they had brought an army. Not gonna lie.
How? He's a forge master. Would he turn them into vampires?
Because I feel like it would have been a lot easier to just like wipe them out. Because at least with those 3, you have to like pinpoint like where they are. But at least for an army, you can be like, hey, that cluster of men, gone. Fireball, and boom, all of them are gone. Nope, over there, lightning bolt, dead. Just like that.
They didn't even do that in the show. It just kill Trevor.
Who knows? Maybe he's just like sad.
I'm
You know,
like definitely sad, like manically depressed.
I think this is a good point to end the podcast off on.
Let's go to an hour. It's only been 50-some minutes.
Yeah, wait a minute. I'm just gonna pause it real quick. Okay then. So I feel like it's time to go back to work. Brunch is over. Sharpen your utensils, and we'll see you next time you're hungry.